Alright folks, welcome back to the start of a new stream. It's another Friday, and we're going to pick up where we left off last week with this Endless Space 2 game featuring the Vodyani. I am very much trying to learn this faction since they have so many unusual mechanics. There were some great feedback both in the comments on YouTube last week and then also just some things on the Discord. A number of people who've played this game providing some helpful suggestions. This is the second session, so some of those things I can't do because they pertain back to the first session when you're starting a game, but should be fun here. Looks like we're up and streaming. Looks like I have the mic turned on. So let's go ahead and get started. Welcome, Burninator. Hope you're doing well. Today I was able to stream not quite as late as last week, so William is doing all right today. The baby is not having one of his best days, but he's calmed down a little bit. He was very upset about a half hour before this stream started. Anyway, so yeah, now I'm going to have to try to remember what we were doing. So we have a fleet. Let's see, what do we have? We have another. Oops, actually I didn't mean to do that. Hello, welcome. Glad you got here. So we have we have to brainwash a minor civ. That's right. We're trying to brainwash a minor civ, and then also let's pin that, and then we'll get this this system here if we send a hero over, but we can brainwash them. We just have to get this up to 100 influence. Let's actually send 100 relations. So that's. Let's just do this. We're not using our influence on other stuff right now, so this was just 5 turns. Yeah, just 5 turns away. And then I'll save influence again. Okay, the other thing we're going to do is we're going to upgrade this. I remember at the end of the last session we were going to upgrade this, but we were short of gold. We were short like a minuscule amount of gold. Dust, I guess it's officially. So we can upgrade this to get some production in this system. And then the other thing we were doing is we were getting ready to send an arc over to colonize this system, which is a very nice system, but we don't have quite enough for that. And we were in the process of leeching off the cravers over here and still leeching off this miner over here. We actually want to conquer and take over this system, but not quite there yet. And then this system we'd like to grab too. So that's kind of what we're focusing on. Anyway, over here, so I have an empty build queue. I'm wondering if it makes sense to grab this. 13 turns is a little much. I guess that's still probably a little bit too much to try to do that. Are we happy in the system? No. I'd actually like to get this, but we're not happy in this. Oh, we finished a leecher in this system too. Let's go leech off that system. Got a couple of these leechers over here. Yeah, I'll go into leech off the Craver colony. Get us some more of this stuff. So how much is the next arc? Next arc is 2200, so that's not that far away, honestly. Not that far off. And we could increase pop, but we definitely want the next arc before we increase pop here. This would be very nice. It'd actually be worth a lot of science. We don't have enough for that. What are we researching? Oh, we're researching this, the one that lets us get the increased production. It's this, plus 20 production per planet. So we're about to start that, so I wanted to do something that's like a 1-turn build. I don't suppose I can squeeze out another leecher. I can squeeze out another laser fighter. Let's do that. Or, actually, I think I needed another probe to go up here, didn't I? I think there's a lot of curiosities I still need to explore. Yeah, there's a number of curiosities up there, so why don't we get... We don't have a probe up here, do we? No. Let's cancel that. Let's get one of these probes and send them up. There's going to take a while to get up there, but that way we can explore the curiosities. Okay. So we're going to trying to colonize this, and then that'll hopefully block off the cravers. There's also something over here we haven't scouted yet. And yeah. Let's go. Alright, so we got neurorobotics. I'll come back to research in a minute. I'm going to do this upgrade that I wanted to do last session. So right now this system is suffering from bad production. It only has 69 production because all these worlds have like no base production. Look, base output, 0 production. 0 production. This one's still inhospitable, but similar idea. So, upgrade that. There we go. And now we have still not a lot of production, but we basically doubled what we had. So that's definitely more. Okay, so we still do not have the ability to colonize this Arctic. And what's the other planet type we're missing? Gas giants. We still don't have gas giants. What's the one we're missing over here? Also a gas giant. Okay, so I might want to get the gas giant colonization soonish. So we're still operating on small ships for the time being. We might need medium hulls at some point, but I think we're okay for the time being. Let's see, this would give us increased happiness. I don't think our happiness situation's amazing right now. So that's a possibility at some point to grab too. Although I don't think we've hit the, we haven't hit the colonization limit yet, so we don't really need that yet. Just trying to talk my way through because I'm picking up after another session here. Do we have any snow planets? I don't know that we do. I'm not sure that we have anything there. Well, this lets us colonize. Okay, I think we actually want this, even though it's kind of an expensive tech, because it lets us colonize gas giants and it unlocks antimatter capture. We actually do have antimatter on the home system too, so I think that's a good tech to grab. Let's just get some additional planets and start stacking this. You always need more antimatter because of this. The F Reality Institute at the next tier is really good, so we'll want that, and then we'll want to get this. Oh, we're going to want this too in the near future, but we don't have any of this resource, Hyperium. Well, anyway, we'll grab this for right now. Okay, we're getting some free food. All right, and we've got empty production queues. Well, I think I know what I'm going to build in pretty much all of these. Pretty sure I'm going to build the predictive logistics. This is worth 80 production. It's a pretty big increase. And fortunately, we actually have quite a bit of titanium because we got some from an event. It's going to be enough to build these. That's 10 turns. Well, let's do this first then. This is pretty cheap. But this planet definitely wants this as well. So we have 2 good planets. I mean, this will be worth 100 production once we colonize, once we finish researching this. So that's worth quite a lot. Too bad all these planets are so hostile. Yeah, so we're definitely running the various stuff that gives us additional happiness, because we really need it. And we have an election coming up. Okay. Alright, so this probe that we just built, I'm going to send you... Actually, this is probably the best place to send it to, because we have curiosities to explore over here. Gonna take a while, but go do your thing. Checking in here. We're not too far off. We said, what, 4 more turns until we max that out. And we're leeching here. And I'm holding here because I don't want anyone else to colonize this system as we try to stack up to 2200. Yeah, I guess that's it. Kind of a slow turn. That's fine. Oh, this is our other probe ship going over here. Okay. This had kind of slow turns here. Oh. The Riftborn are poking around. Alright, so we got another... Let's merge these guys together. So, yep, now we're getting 75, leeching 75 essence per turn here. Thank you for not chasing our ships away, Cravers. Very nice of them to just let me sit here and leech off their pop. Well, apparently they have 7 population on this system. Geez, 200... Wait, they have 210 production on 1 colony? I guess they do get that huge bonus for being the Cravers. At least until they deplete the resources of the planet. Alright, anyway, so kind of slow turns here. In terms of score, we're still at like the bottom of the pack, but could be worse. Is that I don't think this starting position was very good. So this increases production. I mean, that speeds up the rate that we get everything else. Well, this is a one-turn build. Let's knock that out quickly. Okay, well, apparently the Riftborn somehow found out about this system. I guess they sent a probe, so it doesn't look like we're going to get to colonize this one. That's annoying, but they already have a colonizer over here, so... I was kind of hoping I'd be able to get this system, but they already have... Like, they already have this over here. Hey, welcome. Did indeed just start. Unless I'm able to build an arc and send it over here. I actually don't know what it's like if you have an arc contesting for a system with someone who's already in the system. That's a good question. I don't know if anyone's familiar with how that gets handled in the gameplay. We're still a couple turns away from... Oh, we can leech over here as well. There we go. Now, yeah, we're getting 113 income from this. Not bad. So I think it's 2 more turns. But like, I wonder if I could build an arc here and like have it come over here. Like, can we get there before this ship is able to set up a outpost that turns into a colony? I don't know. I honestly don't know how that works when you're contesting with someone and you have an arc and they have an outpost. I honestly don't know how that works. All right, so we're going to support Religious Party. That must mean it's turn 40. Okay, so this is fine. It's apparently all religious and pacifist support. That's fine. We want religious to get up to the next tier where we get more stuff. Hey, my stream made you download this game. Nice. So this is one of the Riftborn's colonizer ships. See, it's got the little colonizer, so... Yep, see, they've already set up an outpost now. Wait, is this not in the system yet? Okay, there it is. So they're sitting up here. We can reveal all 4 curiosities. So they're 11 turns. Oh, that's a nice weapon. That's pretty good. Especially because it doesn't cost a resource. We have one that's really good, but costs resources. It's the short-range slug weapon, but that's pretty good. We need to slap weapons on something. Okay, this is unfortunately one of the... Well, that's a nice anomaly, even though it doesn't do anything right now. This is a very, very nice monsoon planet. Okay, blue cap mold, a useful luxury. Oh, I think we have to... and there's titanium here too. Alright, well we can create we'll be able to create an arc next turn. So, again, I'm wondering if I make a play for this system. I probably should. Like, why let the Riftborn get this? It's a nice system, and then we could always go for this system after that. Oh, hello, we've got an enemy ship here. Well, time to chase them away. They won't like it, but... Yeah, we just destroyed them. They'll come complaining diplomatically. Refuse. They'll complain again. Yeah. They can complain all they want, though. Not letting them have that system if I can avoid it. Anyway. So we finished the cheap stuff here on this, just the weakest of my planets. Although we are about to grab this gas giant, which will be nice. So do we go for this? Fertile planet. We don't have any fertile planets. We need the thing that increases production on sterile worlds. I'd probably go for that next, actually. The one that gives you bonus production on sterile planets. Yeah, I guess we better do this just because we need the production, even though it's going to take a while. Alright, so we'll be able to create an arc next turn. And we're going to have to spend it because we're actually getting close to the cap on on what is this resource called? Essence? Yeah. So I wouldn't mind creating it there and just Like, I'll save the game and see what happens. See if because I think I just take over the system right away with the Ark, I think. I remember how this works, because the Ark's just set up in the system. I don't really want to give this over to the Riftborn if I can avoid it. They're strong enough already. They're usually the strongest AI, and indeed they're the strongest AI. We're a little unfortunate we have Riftborn and Cravers, which tend to be the two strongest AIs, at least in my experience. And then this looks to be under less threat, so we probably have more time to get over here. Plus we already have ships blockading, so we can chase away a individual colonizer. Alright, so this should be enough for us to get them mind controlled, I think. And we also need to send a hero on a fleet over there. We should be close to getting the next hero. Yeah, we're only a couple turns away from getting the next hero, and then I'll send him over here. Alright, we'll come back to that in a second. You guys are not seriously going to try to colonize this pitiful little system, are you? Objective failed. What? Someone else take control of that system? What the? What? Oh, come on! Oh my god. Are you kidding me? I already had 100 influence with those guys. Jeez. Freaking Cravers took them over. Oh my god. This game is just so frustrating sometimes. I don't think the Vodyani are a good fit for my playstyle, because this is like you have to be super aggressive, attacking. This is just not how I play turn-based strategy games. Anyway, so we will pick this up, because I want to get AI Laborer. I have a lot of sterile planets. It's also unlocks the next system development plan. And additional modules, apparently, for all arcs. Jeez. Okay, well, we better grab this planet. Freaking Cravers are... I mean, I feel like I'm really far behind. I only have 3 systems, and we're 42 turns into the game, but I don't know what else I was really supposed to do. It just feels like this was a very crummy starting position. A lot of low-quality worlds. Well, anyway. Let's go ahead and set this up. So apparently all of these modules are completely free, so you might as well use them. So we want movement on this to start, so we can get over there quickly. And we can always redesign after that. Apparently we can move super fast if we want to. But yeah, apparently all the weapons stuff is completely free. They aren't if they have resources. I don't know what that means, unfortunately. Yeah, so we can't put this on the ship, but we can put... What's our best... This is probably our best weapon. That's not the one that requires this, yeah. So these are like the same weapons, but one requires antimatter. It does almost 50% more damage. Oh yeah, but I do have some titanium, right? Yeah, it does cost titanium, but I do actually have that resource. And we'll just mix up the defenses. There we go. Okay. Alright, so arc move 4, this actually has some weapons on it. Alright, let's save it here, just in case I'm wrong and this doesn't work the way I think it does. But yes, it does cost titanium to do that. Alright, so arc move 4, yeah, so you can see it does cost 1 of each of those resources. But we'll have it next turn. 21 movement, okay. We can probably get there in 1 turn. So now how much does the next arc cost? Oh, the next one also costs 2,200. Interesting. Well, it'll go up once we actually colonize. Yeah. We have not seen the price increase yet. Okay, so now we're actually gaining antimatter, which is quite nice. We're also getting the production science benefits from this world. So I'd like to make use of this, but I don't have enough happiness. It's only plus 25% on happy worlds, which I don't have yet. I do have 3 luxury resources, so this is plus 15 morale, so I'm probably going to do this, or at least for 2 turns, and then we'll start the one that increases production on hot and sterile worlds, because look, sterile, hot, hot. So we'll definitely make use of that, and we'll probably want, actually, you know what, before we do that, might as well get the Miners Union, because it only takes 2 turns. We want to increase the antimatter generation. We're definitely going to need this, and it's our only source at present. It just feels like I'm not doing a whole lot at the moment. I feel like I should probably chase these pirates away too, but for the time being I really do want to hold this over that system. And I would like to invade and take this over because it's got the resources I need, but I really have the ships in position to do that just yet. And so I just feel like I'm behind in this game. I can send that probe out though. Alright, in less than 20 turns possess 2 ships of 961. That seems unlikely. This seems more likely. This actually seems really easy to do, although the reward is terrible. Okay, the reward... This is the only one that has any reward that's worth doing, but I don't think I'm going to have that much offensive power on a ship, so we'll take this. Alright, this is our little fleet. Chase away the pirates. These weapons are medium range, this is medium range, so it doesn't really matter. So let's just get the extra shielding, because they have energy weapons. We don't need to watch this fight. Okay, I did like their damage. That was just up there, we chased away the pirates. Alright, meanwhile, before we go any further, this is the one that's not anchored, right? Yeah. Okay, so we can make it there in 1 turn. Let's see what happens. I honestly don't know what's going to happen here. Oh, we have to... What? We can't anchor just yet? Well, is this going to disappear? How do we... It says, like, invade, but we can't invade right now, right? So why can't we... It says 0 out of 0 minus 8. I don't understand what this means. So what do we do here? Like the little invade button is grayed out. We can't fight. Do you have manpower on your ship? It says we have 220. See, it says 220. Are we allied with the Riftborn? Did we sign an alliance with them? No, we're Cold War with them. Okay. Huh. Well, let's see what happens next turn. Maybe this colony will disappear in between turns. At the moment, though, I'm like, what? Because it won't let me invade because it's a colony, but then it won't let me attack. There's no fleet here. I'm like, what is going on here? Well, as I said, let's wait a turn and see what happens. Oh, what's this? Oh, these are just enemy ships buzzing around.
What is your objective?
Okay. Yeah. Great. Have fun with that. If this doesn't work, though, I'm just going to reload from that save. Okay. Yeah, I don't understand. Like, what is going on here? I can't set up... Like, I can't invade, but, like, at the same time, I can't... But it also says it's going to transform in 4 turns? So, like, what? Like, what is going on here? It's like, I can't attack, I can't invade, I can't stop this, apparently? Like, what? Wait until it becomes a colony and immediately invade, but... I don't understand. Like, what? What is this? This is so weird. Just like, because they got that stupid little... It's like they got that stupid little... Whatchamacallit, little colony ship just slips in here, and it's like, now it's invulnerable? I can't do anything? Like, what? I don't get it. I'm very confused. This doesn't make any sense to me. Like, has people played this before with the Vodyani? Have they run into this? It's just like, it's like the colony's invincible, right? Or the outpost is invulnerable. But like, it's at 0 -8. Like, what? I don't understand. It's at 0 and it's losing, but like, it's also growing at the same time. I don't get it. This is so weird. No, I understand it's manpower. Like, people are saying the outpost should disappear, but it's not disappearing. In fact, it's actually growing. It's like, it was 5 last turn and now it's 4. So it's actually growing towards being finished, even though it's at negative production. Like, this specifically says when its stock reaches 0, it'll go down to nothing, but it's actually still growing nonetheless. And it has 0 food, so how can it be growing? Again, this doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. It's something about the Vodyani's bizarre mechanics and the Riftworm's bizarre mechanics. And they're like interacting in a bizarre way. I don't know. I'm just very frustrated here. I'm pretty frustrated. So, and like, it's another 15 turns before we can create another arc? Jeez. God, this just feels like, I don't know, man. This just feels, this whole start has just been so weird. Like, the map is bizarre. The mechanics are so weird. I know that this is supposed to be a strong race, but it's like, what? Okay. Thanks for searching for that, Prodine. Because this is indicated by a skull. The tool on mouse is wrong. It says turns left, but it's the opposite. Okay, so it's actually starving. That is helpful to know. That's actually really helpful. Alright, let's get started on AI labor. So it looks like we are making progress there, but we have to sit here for 4 turns doing nothing, which slows down our growth curve that much more, which is obnoxious. Anyway, so we should be doing stuff with arcs, so let's see what we can do with arcs for the time being. So we have most of our planets unlocked. Like, we still need to get Arctic, so maybe we grab that. Which one's the ones with... yeah, because that also unlocks this. Maybe we'll be able to get some more Hyperium from somewhere. Okay, so that's definitely the next tech to research. Now, the other thing I really want to do is set up shop on that planet over there. What's this? Is there an enemy fleet here? Well, let's go ahead and scout the curiosities while we can, and then we'll probably have to retreat afterwards. Like, we'd really like to get into this system over here. Alright, we had a failed curiosity. Yeah, this was not a good map for the Vodyani. Oh, great. Explore the quest. Curiosities. Pirate ship spawn. Wait. Reward is a pirate ship spawn? How is that a reward? Well, let's do the quest curiosities. We actually can take care of them right now. Okay, well, to find a tech in 20 turns, that's pretty much always worth taking. And where's the other quest one? Here it is, the other quest one. 50 influence. Okay, so we got the pirate ship, is what I think it is. Okay, yeah. So we gained the ship here. Okay, so we gained a ship. We didn't lose a ship, we gained a ship. Let's merge these together, and then that should be enough to kill this ship that's incoming. This pirate ship we should be able to kill. Yeah, we have actually the much better stats. It was weird, the way that was written was just very, very bizarre. It was like, reward, something bad happened. Alright. Now there was I know Rekenner said that it's a good idea to turn the first Vodyani hero into an admiral, and I think that does make a lot of sense, but this one's already been turned into all the promotions are already governor promotions. We can get cheaper treaties. No, let's just give some extra morale here because this home system is actually hurting for morale a little bit. I did note that the fleet to fleet, so we actually got up to happy, which is kind of nice. The fleet to fleet promotions are definitely better on that person than the system improvements. All right, one other thing that we can do is it was suggested that we make sure that we keep this doubling effect in place. If I keep spending Red Sang, where's our resources? If I keep spending this to make sure we keep doubling our production, we actually have quite a bit of Eden incense. And then we have this totally useless dark glitter, the worst, probably the worst resource in the game. Unless you really need manpower. Yeah, we're still trying to find more luxuries. We actually have blue cap mold on a couple planets here, so that might be something we put in the development plan long term. Alright, anyway, we took care of that. So now let's do ARC micromanagement. So over the home world, we still have this. This is an ARC. Oh, I don't like the way it renamed this. Like, why is it called El Lauto? It doesn't tell me what design this is. How do I even know what I believe that this is the ARC. I believe that it's this design, ARC 5. But, like, it doesn't tell me which one this is. So I'm pretty sure that this is this design, but I don't know for sure. So anyway, let's go ahead and make sure that we're getting what we can on here. So the main thing the main thing I want, I actually have quite a few support modules now, a lot of support modules. The main thing I still want is just more essence generation. What else can we get? So we could get additional science. No, we don't need 10 science, 10 influence. That's probably the one we want. The production's not terrible, but we definitely just want to get as much of this as possible. So let's keep. Wait, this can go on defensive modules too? Wait, you can put this in a defensive module? That's pretty good. Okay. Okay, so that's going to cost 1,500, but I believe we actually do have 1,500. Some slots are dual roll. Okay. All right, there we go. So yeah, now we increased our essence a little bit. So yeah, we're still, before we add any more pop, we're still trying to get we need 3,000. So that, yeah, that's like 15 turns. Jeez. Okay. All right, well, let's see what we can now do about upgrading the other design. The other design is the arc move design. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, yeah, wow, there's a lot of modules on here. So we can take off the weapons. Or we can switch these. Wait a minute, so let's do, God, this is so micro intensive. This is pretty. One of the slots was defense support. Okay, I just missed that it was both. So right now, let's customize it for this one. This one needs production in its system, because that system is pretty bad. Okay, so... Interesting, there's like no... Alright, so we want the ones that give production. This... Okay, well, the upgrade cost is pretty high. Okay, that's way more than we can afford right now, so we'll just drop that for the time being. We don't have enough money to do that right now, but later on we'll be able to. Okay, so this should be going down turn after turn, so it should be gone in 4 turns. Let's hope that that happens. I feel like this is like the slowest game from like a snowball perspective.
For your deeds, a special place in the void awaits.
Okay, well, you know, if they want to fight. Oh, pirate con. What does this mean? Okay. That's kind of weird. Ah, the pirate. So this thing has... So, wow, the weapons on this thing kind of are all over the place, aren't they? It's kind of a mixture. Well, we'll just do this because we want... Let's watch this fight. You can call planet Morpork. Okay, sure. That was a request, I do remember that. Yeah, all these planets are open for renaming. You can rename them in this game. Where's the 5 ships over here? No, they're not going to focus fire, but that's... I don't need them to focus fire because there's only one enemy ship here. There we go. So how much damage have we done to this enemy ship? You can see the little health bar there. Are there any weapons on my probe? No, there's no weapons on it. So this is just one ship's DPS against another. Looks like we're winning the DPS race, fortunately, which makes sense. The enemy ship has 69 attack, ours has 211 attack. So you would expect that we would win that, although it's closer than I was expecting. Looks like this ship that we got from the pirates has long-range missiles, which are probably my least favorite weapon. Okay, there we go. So we did win the fight. Jack D. River is also a candidate name. This must be something added in the downloadable content that I've added for this game. I mean, if the pirates want to attack, they're welcome to. I can build more ships. I'm going to have a lot of production here. Not something I'm really hurting for. Okay, so we still have more curiosities to explore here. Let's finish seeing what's over here. Oh, that's actually good. We need Hyperion. We're hurting for that. Oh, we actually had an event that was giving us plus morale? Wow, okay. So we're tiny, and we're also suck at, we have terrible morale and terrible expansion. Great. What an awesome combo. Again, I don't know how much of this is the map and me just not knowing how to play these guys, but like I feel like my race is just really bad in this game. Alright, so that is declining 3 turns. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like this is good. Well, on the plus side, we actually have... Do we have weapons on this ship? I don't remember. No, we have no weapons on this ship. Great. So these stupid pirates can come attack us here if they want, and we have no weapons on this, because I didn't know at the beginning of the game that you should make sure to put weapons on the arcs, because you get the weapons for free. I did not know that. It feels like this is a very, like, you really have to know how to play this race, because the mechanics are so in the weeds and weird compared to everyone else. Because, like, now a stupid pirate ship flying around is, like, actually cause for distress because it can try to shoot down this arc, which has a ton of health, but it doesn't have any weapons on it. Well, and I just upgraded this ship, too. Well, I guess I could try to upgrade it again to put a weapon on it. Let's do that, actually. So this is the arc move, right? The one that had... No. Oh my god. And I can't remember which one of these designs it is, either. Because it doesn't tell me the design. This is so stupid. Like, why? I want to know which of these designs it is. I think it's this design, but the game doesn't tell me. Instead, it gives it some weird other name that has nothing to do with it. It's like, what does this even mean? It has nothing to do. It doesn't tell me which design it is. Anyway, in case you're wondering, I am very frustrated by the Vodyani. I am not enjoying this experience. I think it's partially the map, but anyway, you can do the renaming. I almost feel like I need to just start over again because I didn't understand a lot of the mechanics when I started this game. But no, let's see it out. I don't want to just give up. Well, but like the arc move design had weapons, but it's this ship that has the weapons. It's this one over here. When I previously did this design, it didn't have weapons on it. So like the whole arc thing is so confusing because like this is the same design as this, but like they have totally different stats on them. It's so weird. This is pretty clunky. Alright, anyway, so build AI labor. At least we're going to get some more production on these worlds. But yeah, We are not especially happy on this planet. So I guess I have to upgrade this ship in order to find a way to... But like now I have to remember what's on this design. I almost feel like you need to design a separate arc for every single planet because you want to upgrade them differently. And it's like you have to micro every single system with a different arc. And then you have to remember which design is which system because otherwise you'll get confused. It's a nightmare. This is an absolute nightmare. Because like what does the let me quit out of this. Like what does this design have on it? I don't know. I don't know what it has on here. I think it's production modules, but like I don't know what else is on here. I just want to stick a gun on this ship, but like now I have to recreate what's on this design from memory because I can't remember what's on this ship. What a nightmare. Ugh. But otherwise, this pirate can just kill my ship because it has no weapons on it. I mean, like, yeah, I think that's what you have to do. Name each arc design after the planet they're going to. I think that's right, Burninator. I think you have to do that. But, like, I just didn't know that because I'd never played these guys before. Right, this is the production model design, but now I've got 3 ships on 3 planets that all have different modules on them, and they're all different, and they're all the same design. Because I didn't know you need to do this. Yeah. So like, what do I have on here? I've got all these, and like now it's gonna cost a tremendous amount to do this. You know what? Just screw it. This is so stupid. We'll just whatever happens happens. Who cares? We can build ships to chase off the pirates, I guess. This is just dumb. Gotta design a different ship for every single planet. That's just the answer. We gotta design a new ship for every single planet, and then we gotta keep track of what's on each one. Well, it is what it is. I'll remember that the next time I play the Vodyani. We're kind of kicking around here in last place. I guess we're technically not in last place, but see how the Riftborn are running away with the game? Yeah, Riftborn really overpowered in this game. Like, really overpowered. I'll have to play them at some point. Vodyani are supposed to be very good too, but obviously I don't know how to play them because this is not going especially well in this game. I can't get my stupid quests. Can't get my stupid quest reward. I guess that's it. I guess there's nothing else to do this turn. Got this money for upgrades, but like we're just saving up essence slowly. I guess. I mean, I guess I should go build more leechers to leech off these systems. This race just so does not fit my playstyle at all. It's just like the absolute antithesis of how I like to play turn-based strategy games. It's max aggression from the very start, and I just do not play turn-based strategy games that way. Which is why I think I'm struggling here. And why I'm not having a great time playing these guys. Because like it's all about generating essence. That's how you expand. So like you need to be attack. You need to be attack. And I just don't like playing the game that way. I like to build up my stuff, not be in the face of the enemy. So I don't know I'm gonna play a lot of Vodyani in the future, even though I think these guys are supposedly one of the best races in the game if you play them correctly. But I don't know. Don't like these guys. Just don't like them. And now what happened? What is this? Your opponent is choosing their strategy. What is this? Did we just get a crash? Oh, okay. Well, that took a while. Yeah, now they're gonna come after us. Okay. Wait. Oh, this is the other system over here. Oh, that's over here. We have another pirate fight over here. Let's chase away these guys. These guys are apparently terrible at long range, so fight them at long range. They retreated.
Our purpose is to kill.
Yeah, you keep attacking me. Why are you asking for a truce? You keep attacking me. Alright, 1 turn, and then apparently this will be ours in 1 turn. I'm actually not sure that I win this battle, although apparently, again, they're bad at long range. Just because this ship is... Well, let's try to stay at long range and see what happens. I don't know if we win this, though. Okay, never mind, we did, but we took more damage, so... And all my planets are just building stuff. And it just feels like there's not much going on right now. Like, these turns are kind of lifeless. Nothing's really happening. Anyway, I'm a bit frustrated. Which is a shame because I really like Endless Space 2. It's just, I don't like this map. It's so weird. Alright, so we can get another hero. And I definitely want religious because that increases happiness long term. So let's grab this person. What are your skills? So you have some little additional happiness. Extra food generation. Oh, why all food generation? It's like the one thing I don't need. Food generation. Oh well. Do you have any skills to assign? I think it's got to be this. We'll just assign you to this because it's our best system. Do something. All right. Okay. So now can we? Okay. So we were able now to set up shop here. There we go. Finally. Okay. And we're still trying to... Oh yeah, we can do level 2 modernization, of course. We'll just knock that out right away. And how much is the next arc? Is it still 3,000? Oh yeah, here it is. It's still 3,000. Okay. But might as well do this too, because it's so cheap to get the second pop point. It's only 250. That's 1 turn's worth of income. Just do that, because it gives us quite a bit to get all that. Okay, so that actually does help a lot, getting access to this planet. And now we still have this probe. I should have done this before. There's got to be... So we know there's a rift... There's a wormhole over here somewhere. We don't have the tech to see the wormhole yet, but got to be something over in that direction. Alright, now we need... What's the next most important thing we need? Probably would be nice to see the next level of curiosities. It's probably a good thing. I'm trying to think if there's anything we need more than that. Have the system development plan. This lets us see the next tier. This also lets us colonize desert, which could be big. And we would like to be able to see and move through wormholes too, would be nice. Oh, this is an upgraded... this would actually be really nice. We could upgrade our arcs with this. 25 as opposed to... Would they get that upgrade automatically? It's a good question. I don't know if we would get that automatically or if we would have to manually upgrade them. Let's find out. Let's find out if this just happens automatically or not. Alright, anyway, so on our home system, so we now have good production, if not amazing production. So this would actually be pretty good to get. Increase our science by a good bit. Unfortunately, we can't get the plus 25% on happy because this planet's a long way away from happy. We are actually slowly growing population. We should make sure that we are getting that pop doubling doodad on the population screen. Yeah, because it only costs 8. Only costs 8 red sang to do that. Yeah, and so now we're just saving up, trying to get to that next tier. We want to get over to this planet and colonize it next, or that system and colonize it next. We are still leeching over here. Maybe I should build some more leecher ships. Apparently they're just letting me leech off this system here for no clear reason. Actually, let's do that. Build 2 more of these. If they're gonna let me leech off them, why not? And then I probably should make a play to try to take over this system at some point, but while there's still places to grab peacefully up here, I'm in less of a rush to do that. Anyway, let's see if we can get you guys to come over here, join up with this stack. Safety in numbers and all that. Plus we'll be able to get a read on this pirate system as we go by. This pirate system we want to control too. We also can get the resources from this system. I guess my goal is probably to expand into this corner of the map next. We secured this, which was most at risk. Now maybe we can try to grab this. Also, I should probably see what's over here too. Alright, so we're hanging in there. Getting a little bit stronger. Wow, 100 dust. Awesome. We make 3 times that every turn. Oh, we gained... Oh, yeah, that's right. We gained pop because we built it in this planet because it was cheap to get the first pop point. So... we're still feels like we're just so far behind constantly the AI. I don't know what rewards I get for this quest, but like it feels like I'm never gonna achieve this quest anymore. I guess we'll just have to invade these guys, but they're probably just gonna get taken over by one of the AIs. So I might just never fulfill that quest ever, unfortunately. Anyway, so as far as useful things that we can build here, we can get 25 morale from building this pair, so that's handy, but we'll start with knocking this out first. 30 science and then 2 per pop. The graviton shielded libraries are pretty nice. Alright, and then over here, we definitely want AI labor. This planet's actually going to have decent production once that finishes. Terrible morale, but decent production. It's because, look at the morale penalty. -5 per pop here with that anomaly. -8 per pop. I guess it's -6 because we have a positive anomaly. -8 per pop, -5 per pop. Like, these penalties are really bad. And apparently you can't do terraforming with the Vodyani, so you're just kind of stuck with them. At least we're getting some adamantium too. We're going to need to get the expanded mines is going to have to be a priority here. So on the plus side, we actually do have the second tier resources, which are very important. On the negative side, we're missing the early game resources. Well, I guess we have titanium now, because we just picked it up here on this world. Alright, well, 50 turns in. I wouldn't say this game's going great, but we're hanging in there. Plus 10, we need the morale. We absolutely cannot take -20 morale. Even though I would like to increase religious political ideology, I cannot take a -20. So I have to take this. -10%. Wait, isn't both of these good? I don't know. We have to take this regardless.
Soon your world.
Yeah, declassing war. Ah, god dang it. I did not see this coming. So they've moved a fleet in here, and now they're attacking my ark. Hi dear, how's he doing?
Yeah.
I'll put him on the screen. Here he is. I told everybody he was having a bit of a rough morning earlier today. Hey. Hey guys. Hi. Yeah, he's being calm right now. He was not calm earlier. Yeah. That's a good job, William. So he actually has been calm? I haven't heard him. No, not really? Okay, no, not really. He's calm now, but he was not He had a dirty diaper. Okay. This guy fills up his diapers so fast, and he does not like it when the diapers are wet, and he lets us know about it. He looks like me. He'll get better. He does smile for us sometimes, but right now, maybe he'll smile. His mom's behind the screen. Yeah.
What? What you doing? Yeah.
He does look scared. He looks scared all the time, but that's not unusual for babies. Yeah.
No, we're not. We were smiling upstairs. So.
Okay, that's fine. We have some great pictures of him smiling. I can show.
Oh, now you're smiling.
Well, now he just changed.
Yeah.
Probably because he saw you. There we go.
Like, close to daddy, no smile.
Okay.
Close to mommy, smile.
No, yeah, okay. Well, I'm glad he calmed down, at least for the moment. All right. Love you, dear.
Love you. Make good choices.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So this is, by the way, this is not good. But we do actually have some weapons on this ship, so that's a plus. The Cravers apparently sent a fleet. There must be a wormhole over here somewhere. Unfortunately, if they kill the Ark, then we just lose our home system, and the odds are not in our favor, apparently. So the one thing that's good about this is the Ark has a tremendous amount of health, whereas these ships have very little health. So as we kill them, their offense will drop off during the battle. So short range. These guys are all terrible at short range, so let's try to get up to short range. We are also terrible at short range, unfortunately. Probably still our best option, though. What's our defense? We have anti-projectile defense. Well, they're actually all projectiles, so that's actually not terrible. And this also gives us more hull plating. Alright, well, let's see what happens. This might be this may be a restart the map, though, considering how badly this game is going and how I've misunderstood playing the Vodyani. Let's see what happens. Looks like I need to beef up the defenses in the home system, because if these, I mean, yes, we've been in an antagonistic relationship with these guys, but I did not expect them to send a fleet just to attack my home system out of nowhere. So it looks like we both are using missiles. Anyway, the arcs are oh, that's not good. They took out like a quarter of the health of the arc on the very first volley. That's quite bad. Ow. Now their damage will actually go down as we get closer, but this is an epic disaster here. Jesus, they've killed half the health of the arc already? Did we do any damage at all? Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Well, this is not a one battle, but I couldn't retreat. I mean, this is the system I'm in. I mean, we didn't even scratch these guys. Jesus Christ. We did like 1,000 damage and they did 20,000. Holy cow. This is pretty much a game over, I think, because we just lost our home system. It's just like everything has gone wrong in this game. Well, at least you can watch the explosion from the arc blowing up. Because it's about to die, and we did no damage to these guys at all. We did like, I thought it would at least be close. I mean, Jesus, it wasn't even remotely close. We like scratched one of their ships. So yeah, look, now it's just an empty system. Holy cow. I mean, that's just a game over situation. Lost control, oh my god. Hero injured, 20 turns to recover. I mean, that, like, what do we, like, that's it. I don't see how we ever come back from this position. That was our best system. I don't see how we ever come back from that. Jesus. Well, this game was not it, you guys. This game was not it. What a disaster. Yeah, I think we just chalk this up as a loss. By the way, I've never lost a game of Endless Space 2. I've won every game I've played, and honestly won them all quite comfortably, including on this difficulty. But this game was just, like, cursed from the very beginning. So I think we just chalk this up to a loss. Starting position was awful. I didn't understand how to play these guys. I don't really want to play these guys, but yeah, okay. Well, we have a little more time here. Yikes, I just did not expect them to send a fleet and just suddenly be on top of me. Yikes, okay. How about we play with a different faction?